What was once confined to the realm of science fiction has now become reality. Well, virtual reality. Put on a VR headset and suddenly you're flying into space, walking among the dinosaurs, or more practically, scrolling through apps, answering emails and watching TV all at the same time. This last example is thanks to a mind-blowing VR headset from Apple. In this video, we'll delve into its expensive tech, beautiful design, and the practical magic of the Apple Vision Pro. With each of its new product releases, Apple creates global buzz, not to mention a lengthy waitlist of eager buyers. From the original iPhone to newer versions with their upgrades and design changes, the Apple Watch with its seamless integration into other Apple products, the AirPods, Apple's wireless earbuds, which in 2016 became a cultural phenomenon and a status symbol. The list goes on and on. But tech experts believe the tech giant's newly released VR headset, the Apple Vision Pro, will eclipse them all in popularity. The sky goggle-looking contraption will be available to buy sometime in 2024. It will retail around $3,500. While the device will be sold at all of Apple's roughly 270 US locations, news reports say the company is planning the sections for the Vision Pro initially at stores in major areas, such as New York and Los Angeles, before rolling them out nationwide. Before we dive into the Vision Pro's capabilities, it's important to note the origin of the VR headset. Much of that can be attributed to Apple CEO Tim Cook. Following the death of Steve Jobs in 2011, Tim Cook took over the top job at the company and faced the challenging task of stepping into the shoes of a legendary figure. Cook had already been a significant part of Apple's success, serving as the company's chief operating officer and overseeing its global operations. As CEO, Cook aimed to build upon Steve Jobs' legacy while also forging his own path for Apple. He recognized that a product that was conceptualized, built and released solely under his leadership would allow him to finally pave a path and perhaps step out from the shadow of his predecessor. The virtual reality space would be where he'd make his mark. Of course, it's a crowded space. In 2012, Google announced it was venturing into VR tech with Google Glass. The glasses promised to revolutionize the way people interacted with technology by overlaying digital information onto the real world through a heads-up display. 2 years later, in 2014, Facebook acquired virtual reality company Oculus for $2 billion, raising eyebrows and sparking discussions about Facebook's interest in the emerging VR market. Turns out, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg had huge interest. He invested heavily into the metaverse, which would be viewable thanks to the Oculus technology, and in a nod to the new commitment, officially changed Facebook's name to Meta. But these earlier versions pale in comparison to Apple's Vision Pro. Controlled by a user's eyes, hands, and voice, the headset is described by the company as a spatial computer, with the ability to seamlessly blend digital content with the physical world. Tim Cook told Good Morning America anchor Robin Roberts, "The device is the most advanced piece of electronics equipment out there. It's tomorrow's engineering today." Unlike the other VR headsets already on the market, the Vision Pro is a first to be semi-transparent, meaning that the real, physical world can be seen in the background, while virtual elements such as apps or Zoom calls or video games are overlaid on top. Reporters who have had the opportunity to demo it describe being able to see and use their phone to take notes while wearing the Vision Pro, something no other headset can realistically allow. This tech is undeniably more expensive than the Oculus. A Vision Pro costs $3,500, compared to Meta's version, which can be purchased for about $400. What makes it so much pricier? The Vision Pro is like a mini computer. It does its computing from its M2 chip, and processes all the information from its sensors using a new R1 chip. It is also made of the finest materials, including what Apple calls aerospace-grade alloys. Those include materials like stainless steel, titanium, and copper and brass. All are designed to be strong and resistant to corrosion, as well as maintain their integrity in any temperature. The Vision Pro's lens is made with a single piece of laminated glass, and the headband is a 3D knitted sturdy fabric that wraps comfortably on the head. Other, less expensive VR headsets on the market are made from plastics. Another reason for the hefty price tag is the Vision Pro contains a multitude of cameras, 12 to be exact, as well as several sensors and microphones. For the perfect experience, Apple is even working with doctors. If the user does not have 20/20 vision, they have the option to purchase prescription lenses for their Vision Pro. Those lenses snap in magnetically, and media outlets report that they will be sold separately at launch. But what some say is the most mind-blowing aspect about the Vision Pro's tech is that the headset's display is controlled by the user's body parts. No extra devices or accessories are needed. By simply tapping the index finger and thumb together, also known as a pinch, the wearer is able to instruct the headset to click on or move a virtual object, appearing in the display. And the same way a person scrolls their iPhone screen using their thumb or index finger, well, that same movement will allow a person to scroll through what they see in their headset. It's truly mind-blowing tech. And while it's easy to mention all the cool futuristic elements, or should we call them pros, of the Vision Pro, it's important to note there are some notable cons. Critics believe the Vision Pro is Apple's latest and greatest intrusion into human life, meant to be worn alone. They believe the headset will further isolate people from one another. Others say there are physical hazards to wearing a product like this all the time. It's heavy, and after many hours of wear, could injure a person's neck and back muscles. Not to mention that VR headsets may impact a user's perception of the physical environment, potentially leading to accidents such as tripping or colliding with objects. The psychological impact of the Vision Pro is also something to ponder. Will certain people become disorientated, dizzy, or get motion sickness? And over-reliance on virtual reality could also lead someone to feel truly disconnected from reality, impacting their mental well-being and social interactions. And that last point is why many critics say the Vision Pro won't be as popular as Apple would like us to believe. As one reporter wrote, the very basic truth that the appetite for daily use headsets is simply not there has already damaged the Vision Pro's reception. The normally rapturous public response to a big new Apple announcement has been tempered with skepticism this time around, with plenty of people pointing out that the VR/AR market is already littered with bold named failures. But if any company were to succeed at creating tech hardware, Apple would be it. Those who purchase and wear the Vision Pro will have access to a multitude of applications to play with. From gaming to entertainment, online education to physical training, the possibilities of what you can do while wearing the Vision Pro are truly endless. Apple's unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of technology and catering to people's interests has clearly established them as a tech industry leader. Will the Apple Vision Pro be a continuation of that legacy, or will it be a black mark on the brand? Proponents would say that virtual and augmented reality hold immense promise, offering unique ways to enhance our daily lives. Yet critics might point out, do we want to live in a world where people are alone, confined to their chairs, with their headset strapped on, disengaging with the world around them? By proactively addressing those sorts of societal implications, Apple can help shape a future where virtual reality is harnessed responsibly, ultimately enhancing our lives without compromising our well-being. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content.